Parents, this next one's for you. We've been telling you how the state legislature does not want to allow your child to move on from 3rd to 4th grade unless your child can read at the appropriate level.
So what can you do to make sure your kids read well? Well, learning to read actually starts well before the 3rd grade. So I went to a 1st grade classroom and I got a teacher's perspective on getting kids to read and got some tips for how you can help at home.
Who lives in a hole in a tree?
Owl.
Who lives in a log?
A fox.
Who lives in his 1st grade classroom at Valle Vista Elementary School? It's a teacher, Elisa Mesta.
What if you forget where your animal lives? What are you going to do?
Look in the book.
Yeah, you're going to look back, you're going to reread it, right?
Teaching these kids to read is one of her main jobs, and it's not an easy one. What's the biggest challenge of teaching kids to read?
I would say the levels, the discrepancy in levels. We have kids who need a lot of help versus kids who have a lot of help at home, and so they're more prepared when they come into the classroom.
To help deal with the different reading levels and teach kids to read, Mrs. Mesta has the kids go through reading rotations.
So go ahead and start. Remember that you need your name on your paper first.
Here, they break up into groups based on how well they can already read. So just about every day, the kids get some one-on-one time with their teacher.
So sound it out. Eat, eat.
Plus, they get to read on their own, work on mastering new words, and listen to stories on the computer. But how well these kids do here in the classroom really depends on what they do somewhere else.
It starts early, way before the kids come to school. It starts in language and then exposing them to literature. Definitely reading with their children, listening to their children read, as well as exposing them early on to books in general.
About 60 to 70% of Mrs. Mesta's kids are exposed to books at home, and that makes all the difference in the world. So when they get to class, they're ready to read.
Oh, good job.
And Mrs. Mesta says the best thing that parents can do, expose your kids to books early and as often as you possibly can. Get them away from the TV, including video games, because the more time that they're away from the tube, the more likely to pick up a book. And she says go use the library, free resources with tons of books out there.
That is so true. I mean, this is especially important for a first-time mom here. I mean, great information, and the library, I like that idea, because sometimes, you know, my 2-year-old sometimes gets bored with his books. He's, you know, he has a little stack, but that's a great little venue to check out.
Yeah, you can always go get more. And again, at the library, they're free.
Yeah.